Hi, buddy. Dr. Mary Russell, coming to you to talk about what can life look like if we have a time management system in place. Interestingly, we all have the same amount of time. But what we do with it is that, it's our most precious resource, that and health, right? And so what do we do with it all? How do we acknowledge that it's super important? So, what we do in Synapse, and we're going to go over in the webinar, is we clarify, number one, how can we use our neuroscience to really maximize our activities throughout the day, right? So there are some really interesting techniques that we can use all throughout the day to adapt our neural state. So we know that our neural state can go from very positive emotions to negative emotions. It matters who we keep around us because emotions are contagious. People's behaviors are contagious, so people we keep around us. I like to think of the people, you kind of wrap around you as protection, professionally, personally. Otherwise, they're important, right? So all of these things matter for our neuroscience setting, like what state we're in. So if we're in a learning state, we're in a positive emotional state, that's the optimal state, but that's not where we are all day. We cycle through different states all day long. And there's ways that we can manipulate that, There's things that we can do throughout the day. So why not, learn about it, through Synapse. We can go over this and we can figure out tools that we can use every day, even really busy lives. It is very doable, okay? So for sure, not having this system can lead to just diluted energy, right? So our energy is all over the place. Maybe it's not even where it's important to us. Maybe it's not our priorities, but that's where our energy goes. So we really need to do some assessments and look around and say, where are we putting our time and energy? Because this stuff matters, right? So it's our very precious resource. It's non-renewable. We don't get our time back. So when we look back at certain stages of our lives, have we done what's really important to us? So we will go over that definitely in Synapse in the webinar. We're going to learn, we're going to talk about adapting the neural state, clarifying where to put our time and energy, and then how to focus and get things done, So these are where we want to put our energy. So we're going to go over the framework of Synapse because when this is all in place, we can live intentionally, can free up little nuggets of time, right? You can, you can time batch. There's all kind of tricks, but really it's going back to the neural state. What are we doing? What are we doing with our time? And then do we know how to use these neuroscience tools to really maximize, our daily actions, right? So that when we look back, we're like, gosh, that was really smooth. I knew what I was doing that day. I knew how to manipulate that. That was a busy moment. I knew that I needed to get in a more positive state because I was getting tired by the end of busy clinics. It's tiring, and I can see my negative emotions are more prevalent, after a busy day at work. So we learned how to manipulate our neural state. That really can help tremendously, right? Because that can turn up our creativity, our perceptions, what we're sensing in other people, what we see, our ideas when we're trying to get some big projects done. So it really matters to learn some neuroscience tools to learn how to manage your time, all right? So I'd love to see you in Synapse and jump in the webinar. We're going to go over this framework. We got this, right? It can look amazing when I know how to manipulate my neural system. This is no mystery. I know where I need to put my time and energy. I have certain things automated, and I keep reassessing and shifting if my priorities have changed or my focus has changed. That's okay. You can readjust. That's what we are. We're neuroplastic, right? We can do this. All right, good. Well, I hope to see you in there. Jump in the webinar.